Isolated, far above the rest of the world, is a place where life is sparse, but the sheer beauty of the landscape is overwhelming. This place is called Ladakh. In Tibetan, Ladakh means land of passes. It is surrounded by some of the world's tallest mountain ranges, from the Kunlun in the north to the mighty Himalayas in the south. This makes Ladakh quite the difficult place to visit. There are only two ways to get there, either by car or by plane. Now this may sound fairly reasonable, but there are some things to consider. Only 2 civilian flights are allowed in each day, as the airport belongs to the military, both of which take off early in the morning, before 3 a.m. But then there are the roads. Roads and passes are treacherous, as they remain unpaved throughout the year due to frequent landslides. Workers are brought in during the summer to repair as much as possible before it begins to snow again in September. On top of that, the roads aren't very wide, and as a majority of them traverse mountains, they have sheer cliffs on one side at almost all times. Roads like Kardungla pose even greater hazards to drivers. In Tibetan, La means pass. Such roads pass over the tops of mountains and are needed to get to many locations in Ladakh. As many, if not all, passes are above 15,000 feet. Conditions such as slick surfaces created by snow and ice, and low visibility due to the high volume of clouds, pose great danger. These conditions can be fatal, but for anyone brave enough to endure them, there are some spectacular sights to see. Pangong is one such site. So means lake. Pangong is a highly disputed area on the border of China and India. Even so, it is one of the most popular and most visited sites in Ladakh. At about 14,300 feet, Pangong is one of the highest lakes in the world. The lake is 134 kilometers long, and at its widest, it's 5 kilometers. People are drawn to this lake because when it is still, it perfectly reflects the mountains and sky above. It is also used in many films, and may draw tourists because of that. Due to its high salt content, not much wildlife grows or lives around the lake. Water is the lifeblood of our world. As many of the world's largest non-polar glaciers melt, the small streams they build up form into giant rapids. These rivers not only provide fresh water to cities downstream, but are very popular amongst thrill seekers. The Zanskar, although filled with ice-cold water, makes up for it with its intense rapids and stunning views. This river then joins with the Indus, and after thousands of kilometers, flows into the ocean. And like all rivers must end, so must this episode. Buddha once said, "It's better to travel well than to arrive." And this saying was quite literal with my trip, as my journey was as good as my destination.